fam? Welcome to Wind Down the Week with Angie. I'm your host, Angie, and owner of Steel City Plant Company here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This podcast is brought to you by Soltech Solutions. Today, we chat with Benjamin Lee. Benji's plant journey started by helping his dad in the garden where he grew a lot of veggies and fruits. As he grew older, he started having a few houseplants of his own. He majored in environmental studies at the University of California, Santa Cruz. Now he's living in Los Angeles, California, where he does content creation on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube full time. Welcome, Benji. We're so excited to have you.
Hello. Hi, Angie.
Hi. Okay, so we were chatting for a bit off screen before we got started, and this is your first time on a podcast.
Yes, and I've always wanted to be on one. So I'm
We're
like really
honored to be your first. So thank you for being with us today. I'm a huge, huge fan of your content, all the amazing videos and photos that you create, and just
thank you.
Tell us a little bit about that first and how you got into content creation. How long has that been going on?
So I started like kind of creating content mostly. Well, I started my plant Instagram in August of last year, just for fun. Like, I saw people were doing it, so let me post my plants too. And then that was just like something that I did, like shared some pictures, and like my family, my friends followed me, and like they didn't care. Really, but they were just like supporting me, like, oh, like that's cute, he's posting his plants. And then in November, my friend was telling me like you should do like a TikTok or something. I like did not use TikTok whatsoever, and he was like, people would enjoy what you're doing, and I was like, well, they would. Like, I think that they would enjoy what I'm doing. I just don't know how to like film it or anything. And then I just made a TikTok, but like my first TikTok, I made it, and then nothing really happened for a day. And like I got like 3 comments, and they were all from like these 10-year-olds, and I was like, why am I showing up on these like 10-year-olds algorithm? Right. and then the next day it kind of like blew up and got a bunch of views. Like I think it was like 1 million views or something. God. And I got so overwhelmed. I was like, I can't do this. Like too many people are seeing my face, and like my friends are like, oh my God, I saw you on TikTok, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I was like really considering just like stopping. I was like, I don't know if I can handle this. I was like, should I just delete everything? Like, this is too much for me. And then I started getting like more followers on Instagram and stuff. And then, I kind of got over that like major anxiety, because like I feel like once you're on the internet like forever.
Yeah. Right.
And that was just really scary for me to like put myself out there where so many people can just like watch me. Like people from like school and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of kept going with it. And then I found like my style, I feel like, through that. And and a year later, now I'm here on this podcast. So
that's amazing. Well, thank you again
for
being here. We can't wait to dive more into all of that. But before that, what are you drinking today?
I actually don't know. It's a sparkling wine. I just grabbed this like 20 minutes ago. I went into my fridge, I think it was in my fridge, and I was just looking through my housemate's wines, and it's like a sparkling white wine. I don't know what kind, but yeah, I was like, can I take this for the podcast? And they're like, what? What do you mean? I was like, I'll explain it later, because I didn't tell them about it. But I don't know what
it looks very refreshing. Yeah. I am drinking delicious sweet red from Blue Ridge Winery. So very excited to have them as our sponsor today. So big thank you to Randy over at Blue Ridge. This is absolutely delicious. I love, love, love red wine, and I love sweet red wine. So cheers.
Cheers. And it's also like 2 p.m. here. So it's kind of...
Oh, no way. That's amazing.
So it's kind of funny.
I always forget about the time difference. Mm-hmm. So a little day drinking, not a bad job.
just a little bit, yeah.
So we're going to kick it off with an icebreaker called Petal and Bud. So Petal is something that happened recently that was exciting, and Bud is something coming up that's exciting. So I'll kick it off to give you an idea. So something recently, you may be able to tell from my surroundings, we decorated for Christmas at the plant shop this week. Yeah. So very, very fun. Cute. We're in the Christmas city here in Bethlehem, so it's a very big deal. Ooh. We had Christmas music blaring before we hopped on this podcast.
We don't really get that in California. So.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it
already
snowing
very
there?
cold here. I had to make a plant run today, and normally I'd leave them in my car at least overnight until I had help bringing them in tomorrow. Our shop is on the second floor, so it's like 27 steps to unload plants. It's very fun.
Yeah.
And I realized it's going to drop into the 30s tonight, so I had to bring them inside. But you guys don't have that problem, huh?
No, I'm
No.
pretty thankful for that. I know people are like, how are you preparing for winter? I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
Step
I'm not
one,
doing
move to the
anything.
West Coast.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see what's coming up that's exciting. So this week not only are we gonna have our plant shop open, but the Christmas City Village kicks off this weekend on Main Street in downtown Bethlehem. And that is actually where we got our start. And it's so much fun. And last year we didn't have a storefront yet. We just started our business as a hut, a German style Christmas hut out on Main Street. And we decided to bring it back this year. So we're going back to our roots. We're going to have our location in 2 spots.
How's that going to work with it being like so cold?
Oh my God. So that's a good question, because last year it was a heat wave here. So it was 75 and sunny both weeks that we were there. So we didn't have to worry about it. And I jumped in last minute. It's like I said, it's already cold now. So my plan is to only take like cacti and succulents down there and all of our plant accessories that we sell, and then send people. The hut's right outside our shop. I'm going to send people inside to buy the plants.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that totally works.
Yeah.
Like lure them in with the
exactly
cool things and stuff, and then
send them up to the shop.
Yeah. Like, by the way, there's like a shop up there you can go to.
Yeah. We sell a lot of other stuff too, so we'll probably have enough to go around. But it's gonna be craziness, and we're also we're a stop on the holiday cocktail trail in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And this coming weekend we have the Lehigh Valley plant crawl. So the Lehigh Valley is the region that we live in. So it's like a bunch of cities close together, and all the plant shops across the region partner together, and we have a passport. People purchase the passport and visit each plant shop that weekend, and then they get entered to win a prize.
Oh, so is it like it's like a pub crawl, but for plants?
Exactly.
Are people like going to different plant shops and buying like multiple plants and they're just like carrying it with them?
Yes.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I feel like the East Coast plant community is so much more like tight knit, and like there's so many more activities than the West Coast. Like you guys are always having plant swaps and things like that, and I'm like, I've never been able to participate in that yet. But maybe because like I only really got involved in the community when COVID hit, so maybe that's why.
That's true.
Yeah. So you'll
have to come visit us, and you can start all these things on the West Coast and be the leader.
Yeah, I might do like a plant swap soon.
That's a great idea.
Maybe this weekend or something. Just be like on Instagram, hey guys, come to this park.
Pop up.
And like, but I don't really know how. I've never been an organizer before, so I'm like, I don't know how many people would show up. I don't know. Do I need to bring the tables, or can we just sit on the ground? Like, I don't know. What?
Maybe if you did it in like a park or something.
Yeah. But there's no
simple
tables
for the
at
first one.
Park, so I don't know. We can rent tables. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah.
Well, I love it. If you need any tips, we can chat offline. I can let you know all of my planning ways.
Yeah, that would actually be really nice.
Yeah. So what do you have going on? What was your Petal and Bud?
Okay. Petal. I recently set up this really cool like IKEA plant cabinet thing. So you probably know about like the IKEA greenhouse cabinets already. Yeah, but I did like this paludarium, so it has like a water feature inside of it, and it has a mister, and it has like live moss all around it. So it's not like because I was kind of bored with my cabinet, just like it was just plants inside of a cabinet, but now it's like this whole little ecosystem thing, and I've just been enjoying it so much, like just watching it. Like I sit and I stare at it.
That's incredible. It's probably so stress reducing to just sit and watch it.
Yeah, like the mist just flowing in the water and stuff. It took me like 5 days to make.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah. I was gonna say I need one, but I'm like, I don't think I know how to do that.
No, it's so funny. People comment like, I want one. And I'm like, I don't know if it's kind of a lot of work. I don't know if you want. I don't know if you want.
Right.
Because you can't just go out and buy it. You have to like make it.
And then care for it.
Yeah, well, actually, the care isn't too bad. It's just I just spray every once in a while, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, that's amazing. Maybe one day.
Yeah. I have a YouTube tutorial if you want to watch that.
Oh, perfect. Cool. And for our listeners, what is your YouTube channel so that people can find you?
I'm Benji Plant, like just Benji, no space, Plant, on YouTube and TikTok, but on Instagram, I'm Benji_Plant because someone took the name Benji Plant, and I'm trying to message them, hey, like, would you be willing to sell your account name to me? But I think that they've been inactive for years, so I just like maybe I have to wait for Instagram to deactivate their account.
Yeah, that stinks when you know they're not really using it. Like they don't need it as much as you do.
I know. I was like, I'm offering you some money. I messaged them probably like 4 times over the course of this entire year. Just
Oh my
like,
God.
maybe they'll respond. So
Oh my God. So what do you have coming up then? That's exciting.
I'm gonna film a house tour and a plant tour soon, which is always really fun because then like I'm able to talk about all of my plants and show all of my plants in like a single video. So I'm pretty excited for that because those are always fun. People like seeing those things and like seeing what I have and stuff. So I'm pretty excited to do that. Hopefully I'll film it this week, but
nice.
I don't know.
I'm excited for that. I wanna see.
Yeah.
Your content is so beautiful. Like I can't even imagine what your entire space looks like.
I know, and I haven't shared it yet because
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just feel like, oh, I need. That's why I've been trying to do like a apartment tour, plant tour for months now, but I'm like, oh wait, I need everything to be how I want it, so that way I don't feel like I need to do another one in the future.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think it's pretty much how I envision my place to be now.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, we're gonna play a drinking game.
Okay.
We're gonna play Never Have I Ever, except it's going to be plant themed. So anything plant related, never have I ever. We're gonna just do 5 fingers. And whoever runs out of fingers first has to drink.
Okay.
Or let's say every time a finger goes down, you have to drink. Let's make it fun. Okay. It's only 2:00 your time. You have all day to drink. Let's get it started. Okay. I'll start. Never have I ever, I don't want to jinx myself though. These are stressful. Never have I ever killed a spider plant.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I don't think. I had one spider plant and now it's not here anymore, but I don't know what happened to it.
Like I lost it along the way.
I had it. It was one of my first plants I had when I was in college.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it died. I think I gave it away.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't count then. All right, your turn.
Okay. Never have I ever owned more than 3 Hoya.
Nope.
I'm just not that into Hoya.
I'm newly into Hoya, so I'm like personally. I mean, we carry them in the shop, obviously, but because I've been talking about this on every podcast because I'm crazy, but my one Hoya that I have at home just bloomed, so now it's like a whole different ball game. Now that I saw it bloom.
Which one is it?
It's the tricolor.
Yeah, that one's pretty.
And it smells amazing. So
I know
people
talk about that too. I feel like the flower.
But it took 7 years. So yeah. Okay. Never have I ever. Never have I ever done a plant TikTok. Aha, got you.
Never have I ever sold a plant.
Oh, damn it.
Well, okay. I should rephrase that. Never have I ever sold a plant at a brick and mortar store because I have sold a few plants.
Okay, fair. Never have I ever. Never have I ever had more than 65 houseplants in my apartment.
Okay, I've actually never counted them, but I know it's definitely over that number.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one would get you, but I feel like it would get a lot of people. Never have I ever killed a fiddly fig.
Oh yeah, I have. And it's fresh. Like it's too soon for that joke.
I've only ever had one. and I've had it for like 3 years, and it's like never been a difficult plant. But I know everyone's always like, "Oh, it's so hard," or like they always
It's
tell theirs.
just so weird. The ones in our shop are thriving. They're like
Mhm.
growing really fast, amazing. And then in my apartment, I think it just depends on your space.
Yeah,
Like you have to have the right formula of light,
yeah.
and
I
my
think they
apartment is
generally
not
need a
it.
lot more light than people give them.
They do.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have a ton of light that comes in here, so they're happy. All right. Never have I ever. Never have I ever propagated a plant into full size.
Yeah, definitely I have. Yeah.
I'm beating you.
Okay. Never have I ever seen snow in person during Christmas.
Okay, we are planning a trip. You're gonna come visit here. You're gonna love it here.
You know what's so funny is like in California, people will go to see snow. I don't know if you've heard of this, but like during wintertime, because it doesn't really snow
Where do they
in most
go?
places. There's like some places in California where it snows, so they go to those places. Like Big Bear is a popular one. Even though I went in December and it wasn't snowing.
It didn't snow.
Yeah, and so but then they also do like fake snow where they like make snow. Yeah, it's so funny. You're like East Coast people are probably like, what the heck?
Yeah. I mean, I love snow. So we get all 4 seasons here. And summer is my least favorite. And fall's my favorite. Winter is probably the next best. Love a good snowstorm. It's just so pretty. You have to see it. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. I've always wanted like a snowy Christmas type thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm super pumped. My fiance and I just planned a trip for my birthday to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and do like all the snowy hallmarky activities.
Yeah.
So I hope it snows.
That's so exciting.
You're like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like in the sun right now. I'm happy.
I might be in New York for New Year's, so hopefully it snows then. I don't know what the weather's like over there, but I think it would snow.
Yeah, it's already pretty cold. We're only an hour from New York, where I'm at right now. So we're super close. All right, whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
I think it's your turn, yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever been in warm weather for Christmas. Wait, that had nothing to do with plants. It's fine. We're just
supposed to be plant related? I totally...
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot.
Me too.
Never have I ever owned an aloe vera.
I have.
They grow outside in California like wildly, so I've never...
What?
Yeah, there's everywhere outside, so I just never think to get one because I could just like pick it off the ground. There's so many succulents and aloe vera and stuff and cactus just growing outside in LA. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you seen the movie Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet? Where they swap homes in like early 2000s. They swap homes for the holidays, and they're like on different ends in different countries. But like we need to just do a holiday swap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come live your life and look at the succulents growing in the wild. Like what?
Mm-hmm. And there's like fiddly figs here growing outside, and like rubber plants, and
oh my god,
and some monsteras too. Some people plant monsteras in their front yard, and I'm surprised they live because sometimes the sun is super hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's just how plants are. Put them outside, they can grow through freaking concrete, but
yeah, exactly.
Inside they need like the perfect ecosystem. Okay, never have I ever fertilized my plants once a year. Like I just don't do it.
I definitely do it more than once a year.
Do you? I don't even do it once a year. They're fine. I mean, we do at the shop again. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say. Yeah. I'm talking about my personal
depends
collection.
On like what soil you have and like how much light you give them. Because most soils will come with fertilizers in them, like organic fertilizers, like bat guano, worm castings, things like that. but most of the soil that I use doesn't have any fertilizer in it. So I like have to constantly supply the nutrients.
That's probably why the soil I use has fertilizer in it.
Yeah, so it's like not really super necessary. And if they're
Yeah.
not getting like too much light, like if they're not being blasted by the sun like this and stuff, then they won't really need like fertilizer too often. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a smaller supply of sun over here. I'm sitting in, it was daylight saving, so I'm sitting in the complete dark, and it's only 5 o'clock in the
I
afternoon.
know, yeah, same here. It's so sad. I'm like,
I know.
yeah.
It's just depressing. Okay, so I think I beat you, so you need to drink again. So let's dig into, you were talking about the plant scene in LA and how it's not really comparable to what you've seen on the East Coast. So do you guys have, how did you find your community then to gain such a great following?
I'm like very, wait, what was the last part you said?
To gain such a great following, where did you find your plant people?
Okay, so I'm kind of new to LA. Like I've only been here for a few months. So I'm like not super, so I'm not like the one to comment about the plant scene because I haven't like tried too hard, but from what I've seen, it's not really as from what like my experience, it's not really like as active because I think LA is like really spread out. Like there's a lot of different like neighborhoods and like cities, and it's sort of hard to get from one place to another because the traffic is like so bad.
Yeah.
But I was in like Northern California plant group because you know there's like Northern California and like Southern California, and Santa Cruz was in Northern California, and their plant community was seemingly a lot more tight knit because the Bay Area is I feel like is more easily connected in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just haven't like I joined a few Facebook plant groups in LA and it just didn't feel the same. It was like going to a new school kind of. And I was like, oh well, I don't know if this is for me. And I got kind of like shy and stuff. So I didn't really reach out and now I'm not active on Facebook really anymore. But I guess I don't know. I've found my own like plant community on social media. I don't really even know where most of the people are from. They're kind of everywhere.
Right.
A lot of people in California, though, I have noticed, but then a lot of people internationally, which is super cool. I get comments like they'll like leave a nice comment and they'll be like from the Philippines or like from India or from Brazil, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool to like just the idea that like people from a different country are like watching me, I guess. Yeah. So
do they ask you a lot? Do you get a lot of questions about plant care? If so, like what's your go-to advice for a new plant parent if they're listening to our podcast today?
Yeah. So a lot of people do ask for advice and I try to give advice when I can, but sometimes it can be kind of difficult because like you don't know what their climate's like. You don't know like any of the information that you need to know to give good plant advice. But generally I would say use a lot of soil additives, like not different ingredients, but use a lot of perlite or use a lot of pumice or like a lot of bark into your soil so it can be drained really well. For like my beginner plant parents out there, I recommend like 50% using whatever like potting soil mix you can find, and then 50% perlite or pumice, just because like that is super well draining and you will not get root rot most likely if you're not watering every single day. And that's like the number one killer for the beginners out there. So yeah, 50% an additive like perlite or pumice, and then 50% a potting soil. And then
I love that.
Yeah, honestly, you can use anything, like any potting soil you find. It's not really a big deal. Most of the time, like I'll mix up my potting soils, just whatever I have on hand. Like sometimes I've used Miracle-Gro a lot because my dad has a bunch of it. And that's fine. But people like to kind of like crap on Miracle-Gro, but I think it's fine as long as you add stuff to it.
Right. Love that. So do you have a favorite plant?
Okay, so I do, but it's different every single day. So
Okay.
so
what species are you into right now?
Oh, a species or like well, the genus I've been really into right now um, is platyceriums. So that's like staghorn ferns.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have one right here, and I have more outside.
It's beautiful. I saw it on your Instagram too. Is that the
Yeah,
one
I
that was on
just
Instagram?
mhm.
Yeah.
And they're just I don't know, they're like so weird looking, and I
Yeah.
like how they're mounted like a deer head, except it's not an actual deer. So,
Right.
um, and yeah, they're just like super interesting, and I like that they're also mounted, so they're not taking up space like on shelves
Mm-hmm.
and things. So there's a lot of possibilities with where you can put them. I've also recently been into euphorbias and also caudex plants. Those are the ones that are like people call them like potatoes. They like stick halfway above the soil, and then they have like one little sprout coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's sort of what I've been into lately. I've been trying to explore different genera,
Mhm.
just for it to be more refreshing and like fun for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been into ferns in general. Like there's just so
Hmm.
staghorn, like all the different
Yeah.
types. Like I love it.
Hmm. And you can do a lot of really cool stuff with them too. Like in terms of display, you can. There's this. I'm going to this like virtual class,
Ooh.
and I think like 2 weeks or something. It's this guy. I forgot what he calls them. It's like I don't remember what they're called, but they're like these weird, not weird, interesting arrangements of plants where he'll put like ferns on it and like Hoyas and just like a bunch of like mosses and stuff, and it just looks super interesting. Like,
So cool.
yeah, so
Like
I'm,
art. It becomes
yeah,
art in your house.
really, yeah. That's kind of what I've been trying to do with plants lately is like make them look really nice visually. So I'm like
Yeah.
trying to learn what this guy's doing because I don't know how he does it. So I'm like, I need to learn. So I paid like $25 for this class, and like this is all I'm thinking about for the next like 2 weeks. And I have all the materials prepared because you're able to come and like um, make the thing with them, like as they give the
That's so cool.
instructions. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So what is your background in? Were you always into content creation? Did you have a
Mhm.
past life here that you left to go into this full time?
Uh, luckily, I started doing this like while I was in college still, during
Amazing.
my senior year of college. So like I did environmental studies, so it's kind of like sustainability.
Nice.
I was thinking of going into like like uh planning, like city planning or like sustainable
Mhm.
planning, but that field just seems really stressful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of stuff gets done, and it's difficult to sort of have an impact. Um, so I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, and I was kind of lost with what I wanted to do professionally, and I just started doing content creation, and I was like, oh, this is kind of working out, and then like um, I had some like brands reach out for sponsorships, and I was like, whoa, like I can
Wow.
actually do this like
That's
as a
amazing.
profession. Yeah, so I just started doing that. And then I was telling my parents like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for jobs. Like, I'm on the lookout." Like, like I'm searching, I'm talking to some people. But then yeah, then I'm able to like support myself financially. So now they're
It's
okay
amazing.
with me doing this, and they
Yeah.
like seeing me like happy with what I'm doing and stuff. So
I
I
love
didn't
it.
have to leave any like job um, or anything. The last job that I was doing before I like stopped before I started doing like content creation full time was a fellowship at my school with a lab group where we did sustainable aquaculture research. So like
Wow.
sustainable like fish farming stuff. So kind of similar to what I'm doing now, but different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always really been into like um, art and stuff when I was younger, but I didn't think it was like a viable career path. Um, but now I'm kind of like doing my major, which is like environment stuff,
Yeah.
with art sort of together. So
It's the perfect fit.
yeah,
That's
I'm like
amazing.
really happy to be able to do this.
Oh.
And I never like known how to do photography or like videography or anything. So it's been a learning process for sure.
Yeah, that's like a whole nother aspect of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you do an amazing job, and we're so happy for you. And congratulations on
Thank you.
just your success. It's just incredible.
Thank you.
So we are getting time. It's getting time to wind it down now. So any last thoughts, parting messages for our listeners? Where can they find you? Where can they follow along and keep up to date with all the great things you're doing?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube at Benji Plant. Benji, no space, and then plant, and then no S at the end. People like to add the Benji Plants, but there's no S, just so you know. On Instagram, there's an underscore between Benji and plant.
Awesome.
I try and post consistently on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But normally I have content like every week on YouTube and then every few days on TikTok and Instagram. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's also time for our riddle. So let's see if you can get it right. So last week's riddle was, I do not eat food, but I do enjoy a light meal every day. What am I? I do not eat food, but I do enjoy a light meal every day.
Okay, so I'm really, really bad with like riddles and like word games and trying to figure stuff out. You don't eat food, but you like, wait, what was it?
A light meal.
Oh, so it's like a plant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, I was overthinking it so much last week, but the answer is a plant. So for those of you who guessed correctly, keep an eye out on our posts. We'll do a giveaway. This week's riddle, what is a cluster of bananas called? Do you want to take a guess? I don't have the answer in front of me, so we won't know until next week. A cluster of bananas.
A banana bunch?
That's what I would guess. So
Yeah.
We'll find out. Drop your best guesses in our reviews and comments section and tune in next week on Wind Down the Week with Angie, and we will release that answer as well. So thank you, Benji, for joining us today. Thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in again this week. And thank you to Soltech Solutions, Steel City Plant Company, Domasi Home, and Lehigh Valley with Love, and Blue Ridge Winery. Talk to you soon. Bye, Plant Fam.
Bye.